with you because I wonder, in light of Comey's testimony last week and his answers about Jeff Sessions, which seems to suggest to me that he knew exactly why Jeff Sessions had recused himself from the Russia investigation, if you think that the Senate Intel Committee will be in possession of the same information by the end of the day tomorrow.
Well, Nicole, we know they already are, because after that public testimony, James Comey went behind closed doors and briefed the Senate Intelligence Committee, and our sources are telling us that he discussed this April 2016 event at the Mayflower Hotel and talked about some reporting that the FBI and the intelligence community is aware of that suggested there may have been a private encounter. Now, Jeff Sessions denies, through a spokesperson, has denied that there was any private encounter at that meeting between him and the Russian ambassador, Sergei Kislyak. And what I'm watching for tomorrow is whether he's going to repeat that denial under oath or whether he says something more qualified, like I can't recall or there may have been. Or so to me, it's a really important moment for Sessions. And if he does deny this meeting under oath, then it's really up to the people who have evidence to the contrary to put up or shut up, to prove it. Nicole.
Now, what is Bob Mueller watching for tomorrow? Obviously, it is with his knowledge and I would guess his agreement that this is a good idea, that the Senate committees and the House Intel Committee continue their work. But what is Bob Mueller watching for when he sees someone like Sessions, who could end up being a pretty important, I don't want to use the wrong word, but an important witness or an important person to talk to in his probe? What sort of landmines are there for Jeff Sessions tomorrow?
Well, I would say that now gets us into the area of obstruction of justice and whatever role Sessions played in the firing of Comey and whatever role Sessions played in Comey trying to object to these private meetings with Donald Trump. You know, if we assume, and it's pretty clear that James Comey believes that Bob Mueller is investigating the president for obstruction of justice. If we assume that that's going on, then Bob Mueller would be very interested in what Jeff Sessions has to say about what Comey told him. Did Comey ask him to, prevent any further private meetings with the president? And then, what role did he play in firing Comey? Did he know in his own mind that Donald Trump was doing it, as Trump told Lester Holt, with the Russia investigation in mind? These are all the kind of questions I think Mueller would be asking of Jeff Sessions.
Okay, just one more for you, or they're going to stick you with the co-anchor title for the 4 o'clock hour. What sort of exposure does Jeff Sessions have if under oath he answers about being involved in Jim Comey's firing while he was recused from the Russia investigation?
I don't think that's a legal question, whether he violated the terms of his recusal. There's not a criminal law implication there, is my understanding, but it would be a significant thing. But I can't imagine that he would acknowledge that. I mean, it's pretty clear that there was a stated reason for Comey's firing that had to do with Rod Rosenstein's memo and his handling of the Hillary Clinton email investigation, and that was the story. And then Donald Trump went and said something entirely different to Lester Holt, and Comey made it pretty clear he thinks it was about the Russia investigation. But it's hard for me to imagine that Jeff Sessions would acknowledge that, Nicole.
So